What's next after balance, Master Lama Rasaji?
Well, this is a question that I had for the Maha Lama, or head Lama. Maha is Sanskrit for supreme. And I asked him, I said, so all of this is about achieving balance. And I said, oh, he said, yes, that's true. In the beginning, he said. I said, in the beginning. I thought, well, that's the goal. That must be the summit, right? Of course, I was about 21 years old at the time. And I said, achieving balance, and having, let me see, in the circle of life, there's the hub and there's 8 spokes. We're trying to get them as equally as we can, right? We want mind to be strong. We want our breathing energy to be strong. We want to move in a strong way that spirit wants us to move. We want to absorb nutrition. We want to have good working relationships and make a decent wage for a decent day to earn, but hopefully it's more to do with the heart than I'm trading dollars for hours. We want our investments to be at least 20 to 50% of your monthly cash flow. Can you imagine the control on your life if what was coming in every month was produced by 20 to 50% passive cash flow, meaning whether you got out of bed or not, that's still coming in? How about human relationships? Now you're getting a key about, we want those to be plentiful. We got to get our families back. Lord knows we can't if we're not willing to talk to them, right? And then we want to spend time in nature because we come from nature. Yep. The 4 basic elements of earth, air, water, and fire make up our whole system. If you look at ancient Chinese medicine, it's over 5,000 years old. If you look at Ayurveda medicine in India, it's over 15,000 years old, right? When did alternative medicine be God's holy pharmacy of nature, which created a compound to address every malady you have in the body? Did you know that, right? Yep. And so Western medicine is only 200 to 300 years old. Energy wellness is 15,000 plus. So which one is the alternative, right? I would say the Western medicine's the alternative myself, and they haven't done so good. Yes, if I got a chest pain, I'm thankful for an aspirin. But am I supposed to take aspirin like taking vitamin C? I don't think so. I don't think that's as smart as doing that. But if I have a chest pain, don't give me vitamin C, give me aspirin, right? Here's the key. Now we've achieved balance. What's next? Wow, I'm looking at my wagon wheel and it's all balanced. And maybe I did that in 10 months. Maybe I did it in 10 years. Who cares? It's a journey. It's not a race, right? Don't beat yourself up. Here's the thing I want to tell you before I give you this great answer that will blow your mind. And that is, there is just enough time. If you start today, the 45-day challenge, when we start entering the early stages of the double yin, you're going to be in a position spiritually, energetically, that a lot of the rest of the world is not. Partly what Jimmy went through is so that he would still be here when that cycle came. Do you know that you're going to be here come end of January? Do you know? Do you know for sure whether you're going to? Well, you'll have a lot more to say about that if you do the 45-day challenge, when it shows you how balanced you're going to become in the next and how spiritually grounded. His will, his way. This is what this means. His will, but you got to follow his way. You can do his will, but you got to follow his way. Okay, so what do you do when you're balanced? You're going to love this. The Lama looked at me. He had that smile like a Cheshire cat. And I finally got a glimpse of that after 45 days of meditation. If I hadn't had the 45 days meditation, what I'm getting ready to say would have made no sense. So don't be surprised at what I'm going to say. You might not understand. He said, that's the best part, little llama. He always teased me and called me little llama when I was young. And I said, what's the best part? He says, you just expand the balance. You expand the balance. I went, what? Yeah. You expand. See, if you understand this concept of oneness with God, you must know that God really looks through your eyes. He speaks through your mouth when you let him. He hears through your ears because he really dwells within you, but you got to meet him at his vibrational level. His vibrational level starts in the 12th dimension and then gets filtrated through 11, 10. He's not even hitting the physical body until he gets in between the 5th and the 7th dimension. But he's still in us, right? The kingdom of heaven is in us. And he is all balanced. The only way that we get to really fully communicate with him is based on the balance, which is the oneness of God. In other words, taking your free will and surrendering your free will to God the Father, giving it back to him freely, loving him freely. So watch what happens. Everything begins to change. That is a person who goes from being self-realized to being God-realized. I didn't say to be God. I said to be God-realized. Is a big difference. And realize that you and me are part of this really nifty secret society called CIA. And you're going to go, CIA? No, not the Central Intelligence Association, which is a kind of joke when you even think of that concept, right? Creator in action. Creator, co-creator with the divine. In other words, without him, we can't do anything because he gives us all the juice, right? He's the source. But without even holding a breath, we are equally responsible because either you're using your mind for good or you're destroying the environment. You're either speaking the truth or you're speaking the devil's words. You're either living the life of spirit, and if you understand what he wants. See, he said, I want to take my love to a greater level. The next part, every time I think about it, just gives me chills to think that he loves us this much. But he decided to commit himself to us so much that he says, I'm going to expand my love, but I'm only going to do this through you and you and you and you, through the humans. I'm going to expand my love. First, you have to be self-realized. The mirror meditation, the 45-day challenge, and the column exercise, those three things, I guarantee you, within the next year, you will know who you are. Now that you know who you are, you got to know who he is. And if you don't become realization of him, that's what it means to become God realized. See, I always tell people, Abba, God the Father, and his Holy Son and his Holy Spirit is bigger than the religions say that they are. They're bigger than the New Age people think that they are. They're bigger than you could ever imagine. That's why if I'm saying something you don't agree with, I'm not being blasphemous. You're being blasphemous if you don't recognize what I just said. That is the definition of blasphemy, because that's called denial of the eternal. I will not deny that my God is bigger than any one of us can imagine. I will not deny that he has all power, all intelligent, and can still create miracles in our life every day. I will not, and I will not deny that once we reach balance and oneness with him, we can expand his love through creation. And you know what? The next 100 years, that's what I'm going to focus on. That's what Jimmy's going to focus on. And we want you to join us and focus on making this a better world, first by making yourself a better person.